Here's what happens whenever you buy a house from the time you get an offer accepted until closing day, because there's a lot that happens in that time frame. Day 1, your offer is accepted. Celebrate, especially if you're in a really tough market. Day 1 to 3, you need to send your earnest money. It used to be called good faith deposit, but that term's kind of outdated. This is an amount that you put and decided in your sales contract. You're going to wire those funds to the escrow account. Also, within 1 to 3 days of going under contract, your lender is going to probably need updated documents, like updated pay stubs and updated bank statements, depending on how old your pre-approval is. Your lender's also going to send out initial disclosures, so that's when you'll get your loan estimate like this. Your lender should also be discussing locking your interest rate in this time frame. For my buyers, I always recommend locking in as soon as possible because the market could be very volatile, and if rates go up, there's nothing you can do about it. If you're unhappy with your lender, this is the time to look into other lenders. Once you get them their updated documents and sign your loan disclosures, you're going to have a home inspection, which is totally optional, although highly recommended. Every state is very different on the inspection timeline. Some states have like a hard and fast 10 to 14 day rules. Some you can negotiate your specific time frame, but you might want to make sure you get your inspection and all your inspection negotiations done within your contracted timeline. This is the time where if something does come up on the inspection, you could walk away if the house is a piece of shit, or you could also negotiate the seller to fix some items, or they could give you seller credits in lieu of repairs. The lender's also going to be working on sending your file into underwriting by getting those updated documents and sending the file in for your initial loan approval. The lender's also going to be sending the title work request to the attorney or the title company that you chose to work with. Then usually around like day 7 to 10, you should have your initial loan approval, which is also called your conditional approval. This means your loan is initially approved, but there's going to be like X, Y, and Z conditions that are also needed before you can get your final loan approval. This could be items like a letter of explanation or an extra bank statement. The underwriting is like basically a background check on you as the buyer. You also get to shop for your own homeowner's insurance policy whenever you're buying a home. So within like the first week, this is when you should be doing that. After the inspection's good and after you've gotten your initial loan approval, we're going to order the appraisal. You, the buyer, don't have to do anything for the appraisal. The lender orders it. You make the payment for it, but we schedule the appraisal inspection. You don't need to be at the house for the appraisal either. Actually, you shouldn't be. So there's a lot that happens within like the first 1 to 10 days, but then after that, we're just going to be waiting. We're waiting for the title work to come back from the attorney's office, and we're going to be waiting for that appraisal report to be sent in from the appraiser. Then once we get the appraisal report back, there's always room for negotiations if the appraisal comes in low or if there are additional repairs that are required by the appraisal. Some loan types are a little bit pickier on the condition of the property, so if there's chipping paint or missing handrails or broken windows or something, this is when that would be addressed. Once we get the attorney's title work back, you're going to get your initial closing disclosure. This is your preliminary final numbers. And now that we've gotten the title work back and the appraisal report back and anything else that the underwriter requested from you, the buyer, after your initial loan approval, we're going to send your loan in for final review and cleared to close. Getting your cleared to close is like the big celebration because that means like you're going to get the loan. And then after that, the attorney and the lender are going to balance your final cash to close, making sure the taxes are right and the insurance are right, and we're going to finalize that number. And then tell you that final number, and then you can wire your funds to the attorney's office. And then finally on closing day, I didn't put it in here, but you are going to have your final walkthrough where right before closing, you and your realtor are going to walk through the property and make sure it is in perfect condition. Because after you sign your documents at the attorney's office, you're going to get the keys to your house and everything is going to be yours. So you want to make sure you do a final walkthrough to make sure the house is in the condition that you're willing to accept it in. 30 days is like industry standard for a loan closing. It could be a lot shorter and things could happen much, much quicker, but that's pretty standard on how you buy a house.